Hi, if you're new to our channel, my name is Siva, and along with my wife Priyanka, we are a South Indian couple living and working in Germany and trying to explore Europe on budget. Today's episode is about our trip to Vienna in spring 2022. Our first day in Vienna was much more relaxed, where we spent the day feeling the vibe of the city. Today we are going to explore the city as much as possible. If you haven't watched our first day of Vienna, do check it out. I have given the link in the description.
We checked out from our hotel around 9 in the morning. It was almost 12 at night when we slept yesterday, and we had a peaceful sleep. Now we are fully recharged to explore the city again.
Vienna is a smaller city, and public transport is the best way to get around Vienna. We can buy the ticket in every train station from a machine like this one. There is only one tariff zone throughout Vienna, unlike other European cities, so that makes the ticket options much more simpler. And this ticket can also be used on all public transport like buses, metros, trains and trams. The process of buying ticket is also pretty straightforward. We need to input our destination stop, select a train, and when it comes to the ticket selection, always buy a full day ticket. It only costed around €5 for two people to use the public transport all day long till 3 a.m. next day.
We have our luggages, and as we have checked out from our room, we are now going to find a place to store it. The Vienna train station has lockers where we can store our luggages up to 24 hours for a very cheap price of €2.
So this is the locker storage facility available in the train station. It's a pretty big locker. It's a really big locker. It can handle my cabin sized luggage. And my backpack. And many other things also. So what we do is we just lock it. And within a minute we hear this sound. It's already locked. Now I have to pay here. So I can only pay in cash. So I can do is it's €2.5. I'm going to pay 1, 2 and 2.5. Now I have paid. It will give me a ticket. I took the ticket. It says it is valid for... No, it doesn't say anything about the validity. It only tells about the date and the time. And the next time I open this locker, this becomes invalid. So ensure to take all your things before closing it. Vienna has some of the newest and best looking trains I have ever seen throughout Europe.
Wow! Check out the blossom. It was end of the spring. Such a beautiful blossom was totally unexpected and a big surprise for us, and also a small interruption in our schedule. We are now in a place called Vienna International Center. This place is filled with a lot of skyscrapers. In fact, the headquarters of United Nations is located here.
Normally we are allowed to go inside UN headquarters complex, and it is a beautiful place too. But today is Good Friday and a public holiday, so it was closed.
We got down from the train in a random metro station just for this view. Look at the magnificence of Danube and the beautiful turquoise blue water.
And it's breakfast time. Struck is one of the most famous bakery chain in Vienna, and it has shops in almost all major subway stations. We are now in Platz subway station, and we bought some sandwiches and cakes for a takeaway, and we plan to eat it on our way.
A short walk from the subway station is this beautiful Baroque church called Karl's Kirche. It is a 17th century church and one of the most iconic buildings in Vienna. We couldn't see anyone going inside the church, and to be honest, we couldn't also find a way to go inside it. So we just enjoyed a sandwich in this beautiful location and moved to the next place.
Usually trams add a unique charm to the city. Not every European city has a tram, and not all trams are cute. But I always found both the old and modern trams in Vienna to be so beautiful and convenient. Even though this tram looks a bit old or dirty on the outside, trust me, it's more beautiful than any other trams I have seen in other cities. If your city has a better tram, or if you have seen more beautiful trams in other locations, do let us know in the comment section.
By the way, we reached our next spot, the Schlossgarten. Schloss in German means palace. So yesterday we have been to Volksgarten or People's Garden, and today we are going to Schlossgarten or Palace Garden. And this gentleman who's inviting us all at the entrance of this garden is none other than the musical legend Mozart himself.
Apart from the Mozart statue, we didn't find anything else interesting in this garden. It was more of a nice lawn than a real garden. So we moved to the front side of the Hofburg Palace. Once the seat of Habsburg royals ruling around half of Europe, today it houses the National Library. The view and the environment was so extraordinarily impressive, and we just wanted to lie down there forever. But no, the clock is ticking. So next spot.
These two mega buildings are the Natural and Cultural History Museums. Each museum needs more than a day to explore even a part of it. And obviously we don't have that much time, so for us it was a good photo spot and we moved to the next locations.
And that's the classical old tram of Vienna I was telling about. Isn't it such a cutie?
Next on the list is the Town Hall of Vienna, also called as Rathaus. It is said that the architecture of Budapest Parliament building is inspired from this Rathaus.
And just opposite to the Rathaus is the Burgtheatre. It is one of the biggest and oldest theatre in the whole of Europe. All these places are very close to each other. For example, this is the Schlossgarten, and it is the backyard of the Hofburg Palace. And right next to the Hofburg Palace is the Theresian Platz with Natural History Museum and Cultural History Museum. And in a short walkable distance is the Town Hall or Rathaus. And straight opposite to it is the Burgtheatre. Each of these buildings has a huge historical and architectural background, and I am very interested to learn the classical architecture of medieval Europe. Like me, if you are also interested in the architecture of medieval Europe, let me know in the comment section and I will make a separate video on it.
Enough with the buildings. We are now going to experience another specialty of Vienna. Yes, cafes again. Yesterday, we visited the Demolition and today we are at the world famous Cafe Central. The queue outside was so long that we were waiting for almost half an hour in the rain to get an entry. Of course, we could have also reserved a table earlier, but we didn't know about it.
The place greeted us with live music and very busy staffs. After giving the menu card and disappearing, the waiters never really appeared in our table for a long time. So I decided to take a look around the cafe. Most of the customers here are tourists like us, and they too were making photos and videos of the surroundings and the cakes. So it didn't feel awkward to go around everywhere with a camera and literally clicking every beautiful cakes they have made. It doesn't only look beautiful but also tastes really delicious, and it is literally a heaven for cake lovers. They have so many different varieties of cakes, chocolates, fruit jams and sweets. It's endless. This cafe is also very famous for its classical 1900s look. Because it is one of the oldest cafes of Vienna, started around 150 years back, and the favorite place of many famous poets, writers, mathematicians and politicians. Some of the world famous people who are a regular customer of this cafe are Sigmund Freud, Lenin, Joseph Stalin, and guess who? Adolf Hitler.
We haven't had a lunch yet and it was almost 3 p.m. So we ordered fried chicken, a full meal, but this is what we got, a ham sandwich. No, it wasn't looking this way. It was beautifully presented, and since we were hungry, we started eating it already.
The German name of the dish we ordered was Café Central Backhandel. I think the waiter misunderstood as Café Central sandwich. But anyway, this was also really tasty, just that we are still hungry. Thank God we have already ordered few more cakes.
This small purple colored cake was named after the Queen of Austria, Sissi. It's called Sissi's favorite, and the other one is chocolate mousse cake. These are the best cakes I have ever had in my whole life. It's not too sweet, didn't feel heavy, but just melted in our mouth.
When we left the cafe, the queue outside was even more longer. As a last minute gift, we found an Easter market, that too accidentally. As I have already said, we made this trip on the Easter holidays in mid of April. Every European city is famous for their Christmas markets and Easter markets, and so is Vienna. Especially their Easter market in Schönbrunn Palace, located a little far from the Vienna city centre. We already missed Christmas markets last year due to COVID restrictions, And so the Easter market in Schönbrunn Palace was on top of the list of our must-see places in Vienna. But unfortunately, it was already too late for us and we have booked a bus to go to the next city, Budapest, at 6 pm. So we decided to skip the Easter market in Schönbrunn Palace. Just before leaving the city, on our way, we accidentally found this Easter market and we were really excited a lot. We just strolled around the market looking at all the handmade products. It was a bit expensive, so we did not buy anything, but just had some more cakes again and had a lot of fun. It was almost time for us to leave Vienna. We came back to Wien Mitte to take our luggages back. It was a fairly simple process. We just need to scan the barcode in our receipt and the locker will open. And once we have taken all the luggage out, we can just leave the locker open. That's it.
We are now in the bus Bahnhof to take a bus to Budapest. It was very peaceful 2 days and we experienced the classy Vienna in style. We are already missing this beautiful city and we are equally excited to explore the next capital city, Budapest.
Hit that like button if you liked this video. Also feel free to hit the dislike button if you didn't like it. Would be great if you let us know what you liked or not liked in the comments, and as usual, if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe to our channel to follow us on our next easy vacation. Until then, bye bye.